Anyway, this week is a tale of two IPOs, one that did well on its opening day, the other not so much. But first, so in Trump's America, it's apparently normal to release incriminating emails that show you colluding with a foreign party to allegedly disrupt elections, which Donald Jr. did, for some reason, on Twitter. Who knows what it ultimately means, but let's point out that Donald Jr. had at several times last year brushed off that his dad had ties to Mother Russia. Yep, pants on fire. In 1MDB news, ex-BSI banker Yo Jiawei was sentenced to 4.5 years in the pokey for money laundering and cheating in a case linked to 1MDB. Joe Low then issued a statement slamming Singapore's allegations against him as politically motivated. While PM Najib actually wanted to remind people that for all its warts, 1MDB did some good. All prices actually fell on Thursday as oversupply worries came back. The International Energy Agency warned that market rebalancing could be delayed because of weak compliance from OPEC members about those cuts. However, on the plus side, the IEA sees a stronger outlook for global oil. The FBM KLCI didn't have the most stellar weeks, faltering midweek as investors sold blue chips Axiata, PACAS and DG. The market ultimately trailed other Asian markets on the news that the Fed is apparently considering a more gradual hike, easing concerns a bit because Janet Yellen had something interesting to say about how the global economy is going to go. This morning, the index was 0.09% down at 1752.17 points. However, the bourse welcomed two news companies into its bosom, and this is what we're going to talk about. So it was a less than stellar welcome back for Lotte Chem Titan, despite it being Malaysia's biggest listing in the past 5 years. So, these guys are established in 1991. They are one of the country's largest integrated producers of olefins and polyolefins. Facilities are in Pasir Gudang and Tanjung Langsat. And of course, because of the name, it's a member of South Korea's mammoth conglomerate, the Lotte Group. Oh boy, Lotte did not have a good start to its IPO, but the signs actually were on the wall about the investor appetite. First, the size of the IPO was shrunk. The price, of course, was on the much lower end of the band. And reports point out that Lotte was hoping for a bump on its first day on sheer size alone. And that demand for its products actually waned, and they completely missed that. So despite all the bric-a-brats, the company says it still sees strong demand for its products from SEA, and the plans are actually on still for its new Indonesian plant despite the fact that it raised less money. Public Investor says that growth prospects are still attractive even with all this, potentially sweetened by a higher dividend yield of 6.6% compared with 5.2% previously. This morning, Lotte Chem Titan was 2% down at 6.37 compared to its 6.50 IPO price. Public Investor has a fair value of 7.72 on the stock, which implies quite a bit of upside. Keep in mind, though, that Maybank had bought back some of Lotte's shares in order to stabilize the price. So in complete contrast, specialist contractor Advancecon had a great week. These guys are contractors, over 25 years of experience on their souls, primarily involved in integrated earthwork and civil engineering. They have worked on projects such as Setia Eco Garden, Desa Park City, Lekas Highway. CEO is Dato' Fum Ang Kia, who has 41 years working in the construction industry. So Advancecon had one of the best first day debuts on record, jumping over 34% from its IPO price, closing at 84.5 cents. The group is in a very good position to ride on the construction boom with projects like Pan Borneo Highway coming up, and is planning to spend over 15 million ringgit from its proceeds on new machinery. Outstanding order book at the moment, just over $500 million. Okay, let's be honest, while that first day pop is nice, was it at the expense of the company's coffers? It could mean that the IPO actually was priced way too low. The only people benefiting are the punters and not the company. No surprise that was profit-taking after such a great spike in the days that followed, but at 10:45 this morning, still above the IPO price, trading unchanged at 83.5 cents, still 32% more than its IPO price. TA Research has a report on it, not rating it, but gives a fair value of 82.5 cents, which of course it's blown past. The company does have a dividend policy though, minimum 20% of its annual profit.